Hello and welcome back again. Pardon me. Hello and welcome back again to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, where I've started in a slightly different way. Just wanted to show you guys some things here. I went to the junkyard and I picked up two more cars. This one, of course, is a Bugatti Chiron, which I've done. I did a video on this car already, and I have done. This is the fourth one of these I've done, and I couldn't pass it up because it's worth a ridiculous amount of money. This car is a Ferrari F50, which is also a mod. This is a mod I downloaded recently, and this is the first time I've seen one in the junkyard, so I went ahead and bought it to check it out and see if it's any good. That, of course, is a Porsche 911 Carrera, which I've had in here for a few days, and I have finally completed it. But what I wanted to show off here is, if you're playing on PC and you want to make money, make sure you download the mods from the Steam Workshop. If you're on console, you can get the Porsche DLC, which includes this car. And this car is worth now $392,000, with the resto bonus of $78, so it's about, call it $470,000 or so. But these other two, the Ferrari and the Bugatti, they're both about $2.5 million totally restored. So 2.1 plus 423,000, yeah, call it 2.5 million for that car. And this one is 2.6, yeah, 2.2 million value, 446,000 restoration bonus, so 2.6 or so million dollars. If you can download these mods and repair and rebuild these cars, you'll have money coming in hand over fist. The F50 I wanted to do on my own just to make sure it wasn't a total piece of junk underneath, because some of the modded cars, they're put together really weird. This one isn't bad. It went together well enough. So I'm gonna get rid of all these, and then we're gonna go to the junkyard and see if we can find something else. If I find another F50, I'll go ahead and pick it up, and we'll do it and see what it looks like. But let's go ahead and sell these cars and get them out of here. Yeah, 2.6 million for this car. And this one is going to be 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 million for this car. And this one will be 470,000. So 2.5, 2.6 is 5.1 plus 4. Call it $5.5 million for those three cars. Yeah, can do that all day. Alright, let's bounce to the junkyard and see if we can find something else cool to work on. Okay, here we are. Is this another Delta 88? Or is this like the Bolt Cape or Chapman or whatever it is? Delta 88 Hearst. I don't know what... The other car had some kind of reference, and this one, I don't know. I did one of these already. It's got like a paint scheme livery on it. Well, let's see what else is here. I see a Porsche over there, I think. Or is that an RX-7? Oh, this is MX-5 mod. Yeah, the Miata's not bad. Let's see if we can find something else interesting, though. There was something in here. This is also a modded car, Corvette C2. I did one of them once. I think it's another one of those mod cars where the ignition, the exhaust is incomplete. This is a Reno Piccolo. That looks like a Lamborghini of some kind, yeah. And this is the Typhoon. Oh, there's a... Is this a supercharged one? Oh, yeah, okay. I may go ahead and do this car. Take and finish going around here and see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that supercharged Bolt Reptilia. Okay, let's go ahead and bounce back. Okay, here we are. I also want to point out that we still have our friend over there, guard entrance. The reason I decided to go ahead and do this car is because I want to point out that this is a good car to make money on early. Because it's totally possible to get the parts condition to 100 and the body condition to 100 while the frame and the interior are still garbage, and sell the car for a ton of money. I think this car goes for at least $150,000 when these two categories are 100. So if you find these in the junkyard, grab them and restore them as much as you can, even if you don't have access to the repair bench or the paint shop or the welder or any of that stuff, because this is a good way to lay in some cash. Let's go ahead and start ripping it apart now. Let's see, seat 6 fabric A, have to remember that. And is there a Reptilia steering wheel? There is. Oh, no, I'm gonna go with the other seats, what the heck. Yeah. need to remember to get the radiator fan housing. So you see now, the body condition is 100%. I'm not gonna do the frame and interior yet. I want to show you how much the car is worth when the parts condition is 100%. I think that front exhaust pipe V8A is also in here too. No, it isn't. Darn it. One of these cars we can get the performance exhaust from front to back, but most of them you can't. Front exhaust pipe V8A, there we are. I was still in part mounting mode, and it was like, nope, nope, nope. There we go. Good view of inside the spring there. Okay, and for the purposes of this exercise, we're not going to repair anything either. I want to show you what you can do without having access to repairs. Okay, I needed this is the leaf spring rear end, so we'll buy all of our leaf spring parts. And the brake parts, yeah. And actually, at lower levels you can repair stuff. It's just that your chances of getting successful repairs are a lot lower. So it's almost not even worth it to try. You just go ahead and buy the new stuff. Okay, so we just need our wheels now. Retro 3B18. And those are 285 4018. I bought the regular race tire rather than the other race tire because I don't care for the ones that have the white lettering on them. the rear end reassembled. Okay, that's done. Now we can do the front. Gotta get rid of these before I forget. Is there, whoops. I was going to look at the engine and see if there's even anything in it. So there's no there's no pistons. It's just a block and a crankshaft. So we'll be building this from scratch anyway. Okay, that's all done. Let's start buying. I know I'm going to need double wishbone, and I'm going to need bushings and all that happy stuff. I wasn't paying attention to what sway bars they were. All sway bar B, that's good. let's see, brakes. Get rid of all the brakes so I can buy new ones. And the hubs, I think I need hub caps and hub bearings, yep. Okay, where are we at? Suspension arms, knuckle covers, need to build this shocks. Knuckle C and crossmember D. Let's see, I need 2 more of those 18-inch rims. And that was 285/40/18. Get those mounted and balanced, and then we can reassemble the front end, and then we can go get to work on the engine. $285/40/18. Good. Got the correct size tires. Okay, so now all the running gear is 100%. Yeah. So 54% with no functioning engine. Roughly 50 grand now on the value. I am not going to need this, but I'm not going to need this right now. I'm going to move it over there because I am going to need it to install the engine. Because at this point, we can just reach in and grab the engine block and pull it out, you know, like you do. So what I would have done back in the day is just sell the junk engine, and I've essentially done that because I've completely taken it apart. So I need to remember V8 supercharged DOHC, and you come over here and find it in the list. There she is. Yeah, V8 DOHC supercharged. So now we need to start buying parts for this, with our one lonely fuel filter floating in the air. So engine block V8, pistons and rings. Oil filter V8. I made a point of noting while we were under the car taking stuff apart that I was going to need an alternator and a power steering pump V8, so I can get those now. I'm sure it's going to need head V8 and camshaft V8 and all that stuff. I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to make sure before I buy things. Let's get rid of that junky engine block. Oh, I'm going to need a water pump V8 too, I can see that. And the timing cover V8. Crankshaft pulley V8. I think this is the same. This is the DOHC V8, so I'm going to need a whole bunch of rollers. Needs like 5 roller B and 2 roller A. Crankshaft V8, water pump pulley. And that's water pump V8. There's a supercharger. I don't think that there isn't. Let's see, this is going to be supercharger V8, throttle V8, intake manifold V8. I don't think that there is performance parts for those. No, there isn't. So it's going to be supercharger V8, intake manifold V8, serpentine belt V8, and I can get throttle V8. Pretty sure it's engine head V8. I'm not sure though. I better make sure before I buy it. Oh, I don't think I bought rod caps and crankshaft caps, did I? Nope. I built those two cars, the The Chiron and the F50, they both use the Pagani V12 for the one from the Zonda. So I'm a little bit loopy when it comes to bearing caps and rod caps and camshaft caps. Those two engines had a absolute metric buttload of camshaft caps and rod caps and everything else. Each one of them took 10. Each one of them took 5 crankshaft caps and 12 rod caps. So I'll be seeing those in my dreams for a while. Okay, it was engine head V8, so I need to buy those. And probably exhaust manifold V8 as well. And it's this one right here. I don't think I bought spark plugs. I'm going to need them. And coils. This engine needs coils. And timing cover V8. Oh, it's going to need timing belts and cam gears. And camshaft V8. I know I don't have engine head covers and whatnot, but I think we're a long way towards being done already with parts. See, there's that supercharger intake manifold. I think we need, like fuel rail DI also. And the engine head cover, I don't have those. I think I mentioned that already. Yeah, there's the engine head covers and the coil covers, so I need those. Yep, fuel rail DI. I bought the serpentine belt. I think I'm gonna need, yep, there's another, I'm gonna need a belt tensioner and like belt A, yep. Oh yeah, engine head cover, I almost forgot. Perfect. Bought exactly as many rollers as I needed. I've done this engine enough times, particularly this DOHC V8, that I know it needs 5 Bs and 2 As, even though you can't see one of the As right away. But I think we are done. Everything, coil cover there. Now everything that needs to be there is there. Good, so we can take it off and put it in the car now. Did I buy a starter for this thing? I didn't. I have a bunch of excess parts from those V12s too, and I remember buying this oil pan i4 by accident. It was annoying. I don't need this clutch release bearing. I need the drive shaft. Let's buy a starter. Okay, once the transmission and the starter and the drive shaft are in, the car's parts condition will be 100%. Oh, I'll be damned. Oh, I thought that was an extra one. I just didn't put it on. Remember, kids, always check your work. Okay, body and parts condition is 100%. So if you're early on in the game and you don't have access to the welding thing or the paint shop or the interior cleaner thingy, you could sell this car right now and make $120,000 on a car that I think I paid $11,000 for. So that's that's what I recommend people do. I personally find the story missions a little bit... Whoa, I hit the wrong button. I find the orders a little bit dull. The story missions I liked until they ran out. And once they run out, I mean, all you have are these generic ones that come in. Like this one here would be super easy. Gearbox problems. This one is just the transmission and the clutch, and that's it. In fact, let's take it. Find and fix all gearbox problems. I guarantee you this is the gearbox, the throwout bearing, the pressure plate, the clutch, and the flywheel. I don't know if you noticed, but it said money bonus when I picked it in the list. So another way to make money is to look for the ones that say money bonus. It isn't a whole hell of a lot, but it's whoops, better than nothing. See, there they are. Those are all the parts, and none of those are going to be repairable. Though what I did when I was doing customer orders, I would repair everything I took off the car, because there's no reason not to. It bothered me not to. Whoa, I broke the starter. I'm going to have to buy a new one. But anyway, the game doesn't penalize you for doing that. What was that gearbox? Was it a V8F? Yeah. You'll notice as well that I didn't use performance parts. I would always recommend against using performance parts on customer orders, because you don't make any extra money doing it, so there's no point. It's just you're spending extra money for no reason. Nice view inside that rusty pipe there for a second. For orders that have a lot of engine work, I'll take the whole engine out and completely disassemble it down to the last nut and bolt and repair everything and put it back together. Just because, see, this one is all done now. And look at how much we get paid. So there's a bonus of 9,774. So we get 18,000 for this job. That's not a bad job at all. I was kind of hoping we would get a case for that, but we did not. Anyway, so since I can clean this car up and paint it, I'm going to now. Since I showed how much it's worth. It's 120,000. It's 120,000 as it is right now. Once it's repaired, so not a whole lot more. 127,000. You see, so you can actually make yourself quite a fair amount of money just doing the parts and the body condition before you even get access to the paint shop and the dyno and all that. And actually, I haven't sent this thing to the dyno yet. Let's do that. Factory engine power of 584. I would imagine we'll get at least 800. 116. This is another one of those cars I would be scared to sell to somebody because they're going to go out and wrap themselves around a tree with it. This color looks like primer gray in here. I wonder what it looks like outside. Okay. You know, it still looks like primer gray. In the paint booth, it looked kind of metallics. Whoops. God. Get a nice view inside the concrete wall there. Still looks like primer gray, though. I thought it would be more of a metallic silver out here, but it's pretty gray. Alright, well, let's see if we can keep it in a straight line. I expect it to be all over the place with over 1,100 horsepower. Starting to drift to the right. I'm trying to correct without losing it. .181 miles an hour looks like maximum speed. Okay, I'm sure I could get up to over 200 if I mess around with the gearing, but I think 181 is fine. Okie doke. So we've completely rebuilt it, we've driven it, and everything is 100%, so we can sell it now. So note that with the body condition and the parts condition at 100, even with the frame and interior still in the red, this car was still 120 grand before I fixed up these things. It only went up a little bit when I fixed up the frame and interior. So you could still make, a not insignificant amount of money flipping cars, even if you can't fix the frame and interior. We'll kick this one out the door. And that will bring this episode to a close. I wonder how long our friend the jack-o'-lantern is going to stay there. So, since this one, I've lost my train of thought completely. That brings this episode to a close. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you again for our next Junkyard pickup. And on that note, bye for now.